What's going on, guys? So today we are going to be installing the Haloview camera system on the rig. So the whole point of this, and the nicest thing about this, is obviously trailers aren't getting any smaller nowadays. All they're doing is getting bigger. So this is, super important. I didn't necessarily want to have to install cameras, but the rig behind me is 38.5 feet long. So if I'm backing into something blindside, I have a whole lot of area that I cannot see, and it's something that I wasn't really willing to do. So the kit that I got is the RD7 monitor. I have the 4-camera system, so I'm going to be replacing both front clearance lights, the backup camera, and then I'm going to actually have a 4th camera, which is going to be getting installed over top of the door. When I'm not using this screen inside the truck for traveling and whatnot, I'll actually be able to monitor it inside, put the screen inside. I'm going to have a 12-volt port inside for it, which is awesome for security. With how this system sits exactly, we can't do that straight out of the box. I will have to put some sort of recording on it if I wanted to be able to record, but it would be nice to be able to look at the outside of the unit if by chance you do hear or see something. You'll have that ability. So I'm up on the back for the backup camera. So my unit came, from the factory prep for, the Furrion camera, which I would say 90% of units do nowadays. So I took the Halo camera out of its housing, and it will mount inside this. The only downfall is there's this little tiny opening right here, which isn't going to be, sealed. So my OCD is not going to allow it. Obviously, as you can tell by theirs, that is not present. So because of that, I'm going to take this housing off and replace it with the one that came with the Haloview. Ooh, don't fall off the ladder. Alright, so I just got, this new backing plate back on, which I'm not going to lie, in comparing the both of them, I'm happy I did. I'm a flat black kind of guy, so getting rid of the shiny, cheaper looking stuff, I'm not going to complain about. That looks, quite a bit better. And then obviously there's no openings on the top, so that's another huge improvement. So I'm definitely happy about that. I mean, I was still silicone around the top and those 2 top screws, but so far so good. Got figure out the camera above the door. That's going to be a fun project. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to do that one yet, but I want to at least get the 2 side cameras up front are installed and this one installed, and then I'm going to power the system on just to make sure everything's working so far. So the one thing I'm going to do with this install, on the camper when I got it, it had a female power cord on it, which the Haloview comes with female on the camera itself. They do bring a whole bunch of adapter cords and everything else to be able to retro it over, but there's just gonna be way too much length, and again, I'm a cable management type guy, so I'm gonna trim this down even shorter. Same with that, and then I'm gonna solder everything together just to keep it nice and tight and watertight. Let's get this thing turned on. Well, that was easy syncing. So in the instructions, it says there are buttons on all the cameras that you have to supposedly go through to and press to sync with this screen. But it must already come pre-synced because I just turned it on. So that's awesome. The other cool thing about these cameras is there's actually sound. So the awesome thing about that is, if you have your wife or partner helping back you up, you'll actually be able to hear them through this. So you can select which one you want the volume coming through. Right now you can see with the little arrow up there, the volume is on that one, but and then I think you can go through and probably you can select them one at a time. Oh, that's gonna make life so easy. Well, not easy, but easier. We will have to adjust it. Yeah, that's fine, because we'll adjust it to put cam 4, which is the backup camera, onto cam 3. That might actually hook up, because we still need to hook up this camera above the door. So we'll see how that goes. But so far, I'm super excited about this. That's awesome. That was super easy. Alrighty guys, so I abandoned putting the monitor down there. Luckily with my truck, I have a truck cap on, so my rear view mirror is honestly worthless. And because of that, I ended up deciding to mount my mirror, or my camera monitor, up here. It comes down no further than, you know, the standard mirror. I had all the power up in the top up here to be able to get the power to it, and it has worked amazing for me. I fully get that this isn't going to be the best thing for most people, but again, I have the cap on the back of the truck, so my rear view mirror didn't do anything for me anyway. So this has worked well with me. It's also, I mean, it's a different install than most, but it has really been nice to be able to keep everything out of line of sight, and it be right there when I'm backing up or whatnot, or honestly even going down the highway and I just want to double check that nobody's next to the trailer or in a blind spot. We have about 2,000 miles on the trailer now with the cameras installed. It works really well. It does have a little bit of lag to it, which you have to get used to, so that was a little bit of a down. But as far as to back in and out of sights and whatnot, and what I was hoping to get out of it, just to kind of give me some reference on that that blind side, it's been amazing. I'll actually include a time lapse of me getting out of this one spot where it was literally a hard 90 one way to a hard 90 the other to another 90, and with a 40-foot travel trailer, it was probably the hardest spot that hopefully I'll ever have to deal with. But with these cameras, I didn't have any spotters, and it worked awesome. So I'll include that, but other than that, guys, this is pretty much sums it up. Give these guys a check, and have a great one.